Let's turn your Bosch dishwasher from this into this. Let's get those dishes clean.
It sounds a lot better. Oh yeah.
This video is all about helping you fix your Bosch dishwasher that might not be cleaning your dishes. So if you're getting error code E1 or E6, now at this point, all we're gonna do is we're gonna take the 4 corner screws, as you can see in this video, out. They are a Torx T20 bit size.
It's pretty easy. It's a really small screw, but it's a little harder to get out. You can see that, but I think so. I'm gonna take that loose as well.
We need a pair of pliers for the drainage hose in the back. Just loosen that, but make sure you've got some towels on deck.
There are a few things that you need to be cautious of whenever you do this. Obviously, you just watched me accidentally pour water all over the place, so be sure you bring some towels. The next thing is make sure you're taking pictures of all this stuff or video, so that you know exactly how all these things went back together. So there's no question of like which side this went on. So, you know, here we want to be really just cautious and careful. We want to understand where these hoses go back to. So like this short hose, just make sure whenever you plug it back up, it's got this seal, that seal is still intact, and you can just plug it back up into this. So I'm really interested to take this apart because it does look like there is a lot of backup in there, and of sediment and food particles. So I definitely want to take this apart. It does look like there's some buildup. There was some water flow, but it's entirely possible that there's just a bunch of clogged up stuff, and maybe it doesn't need a new pump. We might be able to fix it for basically free. So, you know, that's what whole thing about my channel is. I really like doing stuff the right way, but also the cheap way. And understanding that buying a new part isn't always the best fix. Going inside of a part and fixing it sometimes is more trouble than it's worth. I try to find the good happy medium whenever I'm finding these fixes for you guys. I don't need a dishwasher. I have a dishwasher. I bought this dishwasher to make videos for you guys because some of you all have Bosch dishwashers. You've got problems with them, so that's why I'm over here tinkering this on my day off. Now down here at the bottom, of course, you should have your power disconnected. Mine is connected to an outlet that's not plugged in. But here, there is and I don't know how well you can see, but there is a connector right here. You know, you just want to take a picture of how that goes because it does not go upside down in that way. It's going to go this way. All you're going to do, take this, slide it in like that. So it's going to pop in. You can see that right there. All we're doing is we're taking this top from this side and we're just pushing it this way, and then it'll just pop right down. Okay, and then from that point, we are removing these connectors. So you're gonna want to make sure, maybe label them. This is for your water inlet valve. This one is for this blue thingamajiggy. Looks like a Samsung case brake, but this is the case brake. I think this is one of those float devices. Yeah, all right, so just take a screwdriver. Oh, this is a float. A float. It's like a float switch, like a GE dishwasher has a float switch to make sure it's not flooding, I guess for flood protection and stuff. So you just kind of push in and pull. You have this connection right here. We have this connection right here. We want to just take loose, and it's going to have some water. So let's go ahead and get prepared. Alright, now we can safely take the base away. Alright, so that's how to take the bottom base off your Bosch dishwasher, at least on these older model SHE models. So anyway guys, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button for me and subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos just like this one. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start disassembling these pieces. We're just going to look for any clogs, any hoses that are clogged, anything that might affect water flow, because we were getting very low water flow. We could hear the pump running, but it just wasn't what it should be. And so we're just trying to figure out if it's actually a burn up pump, like it doesn't have the pressure that it once had, or like, and does it need to be replaced, or is there just something that's blocking it? So stay tuned. We're going to troubleshoot that next. Okay, my camera died, but we unplugged some stuff from the back. I'll have to show you the short form video on that, but this will not come loose. So we're going to take this heater apart, and I just moved this wiring harness out of here, and just to get it out of the way.
There are 2 screws that are here. You'll need to unscrew those, and they are Torx T20 also.
And then there's a clip on the back side right here. We just pop that loose. These rubber gaskets, they need to be in there, right there. So just kind of keep that in mind. And by here there's just a gasket that has a clamp on it, and we're just gonna reuse or remake like a screw-on clamp. I don't know why all these dishwasher manufacturers use these things, and why in the world would you put it on so it faces this way? Why wouldn't you put it on so it faces that way? So that way people can actually work on your stuff, you know? When you don't support this thing, you know, 15 years later, who wants to have to go through, take this thing all the way apart, you know, just so that we can work on our own stuff? You know, you're charging almost $400. That's, man, okay. Oh, it just keeps pouring water. That's pretty cool, though. You charge $400 for a pump, right? You charge $400 for a pump. That's crazy. I can't even figure out how to get the stupid thing off. So, I assume it just pushes on like that, right? Yeah. Okay, that's so this is the pump, right? And these are the connectors, and so we just want to be very, very careful with this, right? And we want to just disconnect those right there, and this black wire as well. Just going to try to take this apart and see what we can find. So right here, there is a clip, right? And that's what's stopping it from turning. So we're just going to take and push in on that clip, and be careful of that wire there. But we're just going to push in on that clip and turn. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so looking on the inside, I mean, it looks pretty worn. There's definitely some like broken pieces of something in there. And there's the propeller shaft. I mean, you know, part, like there's nothing in there that's clogged. So here, and then one prong on the other, and watch. So it's 14.1, and you see how it's going up? What that means is that the capacitor itself is actually getting charged from the batteries inside of the multimeter. All that's saying is that it is accepting charge and keeping that charge. Man, I don't even like this, because this pump right here, like, literally looks worse. It looks worse than this one does. I mean, they both spin. I'm wondering if it's not something else. We already swapped the capacitor out. So, alright. Now, we'll just lay them side by side here, and we will just, you know, they are basically identical. This is off a different model. I don't know if it's older or newer. Swap these out exactly how they are on the other one. So black. Black goes to black. Well, black goes to black. Black was here to here. And the white one all the way at the end. Right there. And this one has a ground here. Looks like the ground on this one is right there. So we're going to plug it up right there. Yeah, that's the ground on this one. This one is definitely just a little bit different, but essentially they're the same. Now we're going to unplug this capacitor cable here. Now we're going to need some sort of pliers, because that is really in there tight. Or just do it here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we're going to plug it up. Now we're going to plug this cable up just like that. Make sure it's on that pretty tight. Okay. All right, now we're ready to put it all back together. Now we got this lip here. We're just gonna slide that inside that lip. Okay. And that's just kind of like basically a seal. Really tight. And here, make sure we got our sealing ring here. It's a little not tight, but that's okay. All right. And then before we tighten it, we're gonna get this. We're gonna go ahead and plug this up. It's that extra pressure here that really helps to keep all this in line. All right, that's it. Now we're ready to put the base back on. So start with the easy stuff. Take this hose. We're gonna plug the hose back up. We have the float. This float switch goes in, and then down, just like that. You have this hose right here that goes inside. Then we have this drain hose on the inside. We want to plug that up. Next, we got the water inlet valve. These little two things go towards the left side of the dishwasher. Plug them in, snip it in there like that. The only thing left to do is plug up power at the bottom. It just goes in there, just like this. It's as simple as that. Yeah, it is actually just that simple. Now, just plug it up. And for the sake of this video, that sounds a lot better. Oh yeah. Alright guys, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button for me and subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos just like this one. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Jesus loves you. Don't forget to replace this. Look at this. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait, you just wait just a second here. Is that all that this was? Is that it just... Is it just because it had came out? Because if you look right here, this is all torn up, and then so it doesn't exactly meet the seal on this side. But this one is like gross. I mean, look at that. That's ew. I don't want to put that in my dishwasher. Let's do this. We're just gonna take a little bit. Put it on each of these little connectors here. I'm gonna get it on each little knob here because that's where it's actually gonna go. This is not sticking very well, but it does harden pretty well. Here's the issue is gonna be how do we line this? How do we line this up? So I'm just gonna pick two and then just kind of try to center it. Okay, got it? Yeah, basically Okay, so now I'm just gonna hold it down for like 10 seconds, or like 30 seconds. Oh, all right, I just lifted that little tab up right there since I turned it and it locked in place. So now what we can do is we could take our cap, okay, so down like that. So, all right, so up, so line this up this way, up, push down, turn, and then it should lock in place.